Today, I'm going to show you how to make a custom hat more unique by using two different kinds of media: heat transfer vinyl and direct to film. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you want more heat transfer content directly in your feed, you can subscribe to our channel as well. So first, we're going to go ahead and print this on our DTF printer. Going to import the graphic into DigiRip. Going to make sure to resize it to 2 inches tall. And I'm actually going to make a few of these, so I'm going to add some copies so I could fit 3 onto a single print. Now, before we did any of that, we measured the hat in advance. I wanted to make sure that the graphic was going to fit in this area. Not only was it going to fit, was it going to look nice? And measuring is very important for success on this kind of project because I'm using 2 different programs. So I need to make sure my dimensions are correct in both instances. Now, when the graphic is done printing, we're going to go ahead and trim it off. And now it's time to apply the powder adhesive, which of course I like to use my film as a little scoop. Scoop up some powder, make sure the powder completely coats all of the wet ink, and then I shake it off to make sure there's no excess powder clinging to any unprinted parts of the film. Next, we're going to bring this transfer over to our DTF curing oven. We're going to go ahead and turn on our air purifier first, then lay the transfer face up on the bottom plate, close the oven, and start the timer. Once the timer is finished, we're going to go in reverse, we're going to open it up, remove the transfer, and then the last thing we do is turn off the air purifier. You want to keep that purifier running for safety. So those are the steps for my DTF transfer. Let's talk about the HTV element of this design. Now for my HTV, I'm actually going to be using Caesar Strip Flock Pro. It's a really cool product that I absolutely love. It offers a lot of dimension and texture. It feels kind of like satin, and it's kind of thick, which is really cool. It adds that dimension to the hat that I really enjoy. It kind of elevates the graphic. Now, because I want this to be just a little bit bigger than my actual print, I'm going to import the graphic, resize it to 2 inches tall, so it's exactly how big I want it. I'm going to trace it using the trace tool, and then I'm going to add an outline, and I want this outline to be about 0.125 inches or so. You can adjust this depending on your preferences. This is just what I'm using for this video. Now, once that's done, I'm going to create a few copies, and then I'm going to send it to cut using my Silhouette Cameo 5. Now, once it's out of the Cameo 5, you guys know the drill. I'm going to go ahead and weed out the transfers, trim it up, and it's ready to go. Let's head on over to our heat press now. So when we're layering these graphics, of course, we're going to put the bottom layer on first. And that's going to be our Caesar Strip Flock Pro. Now, I like to use a big strip of heat tape to help me position my transfers. It keeps my fingers free from burns or anything like that. And honestly, it's just so much easier. It also helps because the hat surface is curved and my transfer is not. So because I need the transfer to just kind of stay in place and not fall off, to where the tape really comes in. Anyways, you guys know the drill. We're going to go ahead and press this transfer at 311 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Caesar Strip Flock Pro is a hot peel, so once it's done, it's going to auto open, and I'm going to go ahead and peel that right off. By the way, today I'm using the Stahls Hotronix 360 IQ hat press, one of the best hat presses I've ever seen, if not the best. Be sure to check that out. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my DTF transfer. I'm going to do the same thing with the strip of heat tape. It's going to help me position it. And once it's in position, I'm going to lock it down. I'm going to press that tape down. I'm going to close my heat press. Now, when it's open, usually this transfer is a hot peel, but just to be safe, when I'm pressing hats, I like to let these cold peel. So I'm going to carefully take the hat off. I'm going to put it down on the table, let it cool down for a few moments. Once it's cool, we're going to go ahead and peel and reveal. And you can clearly see just how cool this transfer is. I'm a big fan. Not only does it look awesome, it feels great. So while everybody who sees this hat is going to enjoy it and say, wow, that's a really cool hat, the person who owns this hat is going to have an extra special attachment to it because they'll know the kind of premium quality, the extra uniqueness that's involved on this hat. You can find all of these products at heatpressnation.com alongside our huge selection of heat transfer equipment and supplies.